Alright, my name's Chris, and in this video we're going to talk about how to make a font-based logo with nothing more than just using Microsoft Word. And the reason we're going to do this is because a lot of people who are starting a business get really sidetracked on creating their first logo, or they spend too much money on it when they haven't even kind of validated their idea out in the marketplace. And if you think about it, a lot of great companies like Google, Facebook, just to name a few, already just use a font-based logo. Think about what Facebook is. It's just a font, a white, the words Facebook on a blue background, and that's it. So let's build our first font-based logo just really simply in Microsoft Word. I'm going to use the Barefoot Running Warrior as an example of what our business or brand is going to be. So there it is in the basic font, and I'm going to space it out here. And building a logo that's just a font is really quite simple. All you have to do is, let's see, first I'm going to go ahead and center that on the page, thinking about it kind of as letterhead. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blow up the size a little bit so it's a little bigger, maybe 24 point. So pretty plain, just black text on a white page, but there's a lot we can do with just fonts and color. So let's look over here at our fonts, and you can tell like there's just so many different ones that have a very different mood to them. So let's look at something really masculine, like an extreme example, like this Sharp Engravers font. So that's an example of kind of a more masculine, pointy font. And we can look at something a little more soft and feminine, like one of these. Well, that's a little more just kind of low-key, maybe even slightly child-centric. But something like Lucinda handwriting here is a little more feminine. And what else do we have here? Here's something kind of elegant and feminine right there, but that doesn't really go with the Barefoot Running Warrior brand, our hypothetical brand here. So I'm just going to go back to this Engravers MT font, and I'm going to make it bold, and I'm going to shrink it down so it all fits on one line. And now we can take a look at some colors. And really, we want to think about what we want to emphasize. One of the simplest things you can do is just turn half of it or one of the words gray. You just highlight the text and select a color. I'll just use the crayon box here. So you can see that the warrior is a light gray, and let's just say we're going to go for a really kind of in-your-face logo with a red, a nice bold red. And that is an example of a font. I can tell that red is just like a little bright, so I'm going to soften that up with something a little more burgundy or kind of off red. Okay, and that's an example of a great looking font logo, and you could just kind of visualize this at the top of a website, and then you would have like your menu below that, and you could add a little character, a little graphical element later, but as of right now, this is a great logo to get started with. All it is a font and a couple colors, and that's how you build a font-based logo.